My heart is actually breaking not for you, but with you. Because I see the weight you've been dragging through rooms that never even knew your name. And that weight isn't a weakness. It is the exact pressure that's been cutting you into a diamond, while the world just stood there and watched you bleed in silence. You know that feeling when you walk into a grocery store or a coffee shop, and you're smiling. You're doing the whole human thing, nodding at the barista, making small talk about the weather, and nobody, not a single person has any idea that 2 hours ago you were sitting in your car in the parking, a lot just gripping the steering wheel because your chest hurts so badly from holding everything in. That's the loneliness I'm talking about. That's the isolation that nobody writes about in those glosses self-help book. It's the feeling that you are the only one fighting a war that nobody else can ever see. And you have been fighting it alone for so long that you've started to think this is just what life feels like. But I need you to know something, and I need you to let this land deep in that exhausted chest of yours. That exhaustion, that bone-deep tiredness that makes you want to sleep for a week, but you cannot because your mind won't shut off. That's not a sign you're broken. That's a sign you have been caring too much for too long, without a single break. You have been the one everyone leans on. You have been the fixer, the mediator, the one who makes things okay for everyone else. And when the dust settles and noise fades, there is nobody left to hold you. I'm seeing something very specific about the way you handle your pain. You don't just endure it. You collect it. You collect it. You wrap it up inside you like a layer of armor, and you wear it under your clothes, under your smile, under your "I'm fine" text replies. You have learned to function at a level that is frankly superhuman. But here is the part that's been killing me. Nobody ever asks you how you keep doing it. They just accept you to keep showing up. They expect you to absorb, to heat, and keep moving, like you're some kind of emotional crash test. But I'm here tonight to tell you that I see you. And I mean really see you standing there with all that weight on your shoulders. I see the injustice of that. I see how unfair it is that you have had to be the strong one, while the people who should have protected you, the people who should have seen your value, just threw more weight on your shoulders. And I'm not saying this to make you feel worse. I'm saying it because their recognition is the first step out of the dark. You have to let yourself feel the injustice. You have to let yourself say that was wrong, that was not okay, because if you swallow that too, it turns into acid. It eats away, at your insides, and makes you feel like you deserve the bad treatment. Let me tell you what I really see when I look at you. I don't see a broken person. I don't see someone who is weak or flawed or damaged beyond repair. I see something far more beautiful and far more complex. I see a piece of heart that the world has been trying to destroy. I see a vessel that has been shattered by the cruelty of others. But I also see that you have been piecing yourself back together with something far more precious than me. The Mayer glue. You have been using solid gold, and that is the most powerful truth I can share with you tonight. Think about for a moment. Think about the Japanese art of kinugi. This is the ancient practice where instead of throwing away a broken ceramic bowl, the artisans fill the cracks with pure gold. They don't hide the damage. They eliminate it. They don't pretend it never happened. They celebrate the journey. And that is exactly what you have been doing, maybe without even knowing it. Your heart, that enormous lying heart of yours, has been shattered into 1,000 pieces, all by injustice. People have used you, betrayed you, stolen from you, broken your trust, and destroyed your peace, and you could have thrown that heart away. You could have become cold and bitter and hard, but you didn't. Instead, you sat in the quite darkness of your own despair. You picked up those jagged pieces and you began the slow, painful, beautiful work of reattaching them. And the gold that you used to seal those cracks, it's your courage, it's your forgiveness, it's your refusal to give up, it's your decision to keep loving even after being hurt. It's your choice to keep trusting even after being betrayed. Those golden seams are stronger than the original clay ever was. You have literally become them, a masterpiece. You're not just a diamond under pressure. You are a Katsugi heart, living inside a diamond soul. You are the perfect symbol of American strength. Their ratchet, individualistic, relentless spirit that turns pain into power and scars into beauty. The injustice you faced would have broken most people, but it only refined your light. And that is what makes you special. That is what makes you a leader. That is what makes you a beacon. I keep seeing this picture in my mind. It's you standing in the middle of a storm, right in the eye of it, and the winds are tearing everything around you. So, to shreds. Trees are coming down, roofs are flying off, but you are still standing there. You are holding your ground, and the wind is screaming at you, telling you you're not enough, telling you you are going to fall, to fail, but you refuse to break. That's not just resilience. That's a miracle. That's the kind of strength that the ancient stories are written about. But nobody writing about your story. They don't see the war you are fighting in the quiet of your own mind. They don't see. Here's the thing about a diamond, though. A diamond doesn't start as a gem. It starts as carbon. Just the same stuff we're all made of. But it gets put under ridiculous, unfair, crushing pressure. And you have been under the press. You have been squeezed by life so hard that you probably feel like you're about to shatter. But what's happening inside you isn't a fracture. It's a crystallization. The pressure is reorganizing your very structure. It's making you dance. It's making you clear. It's making you impossible to scratch. And that injustice you've endured, the backstabbing, the lying, the people who used you and tossed you aside, that was the greed in the pressure cooker. That was the raw material that gave you your edges. You don't become a diamond without being scrapped by the rough stuff. The people who did you wrong, the situation that felt like they were trying to bury you. They were actually polishing you. They were giving you those sharp edges that make you cut through the lies of the world. You are not just valuable. You are fun, foundational. You are the cornerstone stone that the builders of a better life will use to build a new world. I need you to listen to me here, because this is the part where you want to skip, to check your phone, or dismiss it. I know you're used to being dismissed. I know you're used to having your pain minimized, but look at me, or rather listen to me. When you have been through has broken the hearts of people who don't even know you yet. There are people in the future who are going to hear your story and realize they are not crazy for feeling the way you feel. There are people who are going to look at you and realize that if you can survive, that they can survive, that Friday, there is a magnificent, terrifying, enormous heart inside you. And I'm not talking about the metaphorical heart that just pumps blood. I'm talking about the lion heart. I'm talking about the heart that has been torn apart and sewn back together by your own hands. I'm talking about the heart that still beats with love, even after it's been stepped. That heart is the compass of your soul and has been leading you through this wild wilderness, even when you thought you were lost. You have a lion heart, bold enough to protect others, even when you are hurting yourself. And I know this about you, because I can feel it. You are the one in a room who always checks on everyone else. You are the one who asks, "Are you okay?" even when you are drowning. You are the one who gives and gives and gives until there is nothing left. And then you somehow find more to give. That is not a flaw. That is your superpower, but it's also the root of your exhaustion. You have been pouring yourself out for people who don't even bother to refill your cup. And I'm telling you tonight that it's time for that to stop. Look at how far you've come with that heart. Look at the nights. You didn't think you would survive, and you are still here. Your silence wasn't weakness. It was the quiet strength of a diamond forming in the dark. The evidence of your power is all around you. The fact that you are still breathing, still feeling, still caring about the world, even when the world has been called to you. That is the loudest statement of defense there is. That is your lion heart roaring. It's quiet sometimes because you are tight, but it's still a roar. It's a deep, low rumble that shakes the foundations of the lies that told you were worthless. I keep hearing people talk about justice as if it's just this abstract thing that happens in a courtroom. But a justice isn't just a verdict. It's a restoration of balance, and balance is coming for you. Real balance, not in a way that puts you on a pedestal to be knocked down again, but in a way that smooths the ground beneath your feet. The same hands that build your prison or loneliness are going to be the hands that build your palace of peace. Because the divine doesn't waste a single tear. It doesn't lose a single ounce of your suffering. It stores it up and turns it into fuel, into vision, into a clarity that the people who never heard have no ability to access. You have the ability to see things other people cannot see. You can spot a fake from a mile away. You can feel someone's anxiety from across the room. You can sense the tension in a house before you even step aside. That's not paranoia. That's a gift superpower. That's your survival instinct upgrading to a spiritual antenna. You have been scanning the environment for threats for so long that you have developed a radar that is almost psychic, and that is that's going to become your most valuable asset. You're going to be able to walk into spaces and instantly know where the light is and where the shadow is. You're going to be able to protect your peace freedom because you know exactly what a threat feels like. But let me be honest with you here, because I'm not here to sugarcoat it. That red or that sensitivity can be exhausting. It can feel like you are drowning in everyone else's emotions. You pick up the pain to others like a sponge, and sometimes you confuse it with your own. You carry their burdens because you think that's what love is. But here is the truth that's going to set you free. Their pain is not yours to fix. You are allowed to put down the weight of the world. You are allowed to take off the cape. You are not Atlas, and you don't have to hold up the sky on your shoulders. You have been carrying a mountain while everyone else thought you were just enjoying the view. They look at you, and they see a person who is calm, collected, and in control. They see someone who has it all figured out, but they don't see the back pain from carrying that mountain. They don't see the silent tears at 3 a.m. when the mountain feels like it's about to crush you. They don't see the exhaustion in your eyes when you think no one is watching. And that is the most isolating part of it all. The total invisibility of your struggle. And I think a part of you knows that. I think a part of you has been screaming that for years. But you have been too afraid to listen because you didn't want to be seen as selfish. You didn't want to be the one who walks away. But let me tell you, my heart is breaking because you have been holding space for everyone else while you have been shrinking. You have been making yourself smaller so you don't intimidate them, so you don't make them feel bad about their own mediocrity, so you don't shine too brightly because they might get jealous. And look at what they did to you. It made you question your own reflection. It made you wonder if the problem was you. But the problem was never you. The problem was that you were a lion locked in a cage made of glass. You could see the world. You could see the world and they could see you. But there was a barrier, and they loved having you in the cage. Maybe golden, beautiful cage. But because they could point to you and say, "Look at the pretty lion," and they never opened the door. They never let you run. Never. I need you to look at your hands right now. Just look at them. Those are the hands that have held dying people, that have wept tears, that have built empires in your mind that no one else knows about. That those hands have reached out and saved people when you were the one who needed saving. Those hands have typed out messages of encouragement to people who didn't even answer you back. Those hands are scared from grief of your own survival. And that lion heart I mentioned, it's not just big, it's ferocious. It wants to protect, it wants to defend, it wants to tear down the walls that injustice has built around the people you love. But you have to let it protect you first. You have to let that lying heart turn into gaze inward. You have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, "I am not my past. I am not the abuse. I am not the betrayal. I am the one who survived it." You know what I've noticed about real diamonds? They don't go looking for attention. They don't beg the light to illuminate them. The light just has no choice. It bends. It reflects. It dances in their presence because they are beautiful. You are that diamond. You don't have to prove your worth anymore. You don't have to use up all your energy trying to make people see your value. The universe has already seen your value. The universe has been aligning things for you that you cannot even see, yet because you are looking down at your feet. You are the diamond in the rough that finally realized its own worth. And that realization is going to change everything for you. It's going to change how you walk into a room. It's going to change how you let people treat you. It's going to change how you talk to yourself in the mirror, because once you know your worth, you stop settling for less. You stop accepting abuse. You stop apologizing for existence. You stand up tall. You look the world in the eye and you say, "I'm here. I am valuable, and I'm not going anywhere." Lift your head up. I'm serious. Lift your head up right now. If you're in your car, or in your room, or whatever you are physically, raise your chin physically. There's a horizon in front of you that you have been too tired to look at. But that horizon is full of ships coming home. The promises that you were given in the quiet of your dreams, the promises that you thought were dead, they are not dead. They are dormant. They are waiting for the right season. And the season is changing. The frost is thawing. The leaves are turning green again. And this pain you felt, this injustice, it was the price of admission. It was the tuition for the education of your lesson, of your education, of your soul. And now that you have paid it, you are allowed to graduate. You are allowed to walk across the stage and claim your degree in survival. You don't have to repeat the grade. You don't have to go back to the basement. You have been promoted. You have been elevated. You are now looking down at the chaos with a bird's eye view. And I know that thought might scare you. Success is scarier than failure sometimes, because if you succeed, you have to keep succeeding. If you shine, you have to keep shining. But you don't have to shine for anyone else. No, you just have to exist in your own truth. Your frequency, your vibration, your authentic self is enough. It's more than enough. It's so much. It's so much that the world is going to have to adjust to feed you into its new dimensions. The world might see the scars, but I see the gold that feels them. When I look at you, I don't see the wounds that were inflicted upon you. I see the work you have done to heal them. I see the strength it took to survive. I see the wisdom you gained from the fire. I see the beauty that has emerged from the ashes. You are not a victim of your past. You are a victor over it. And you are not defined by what? By what happened to you. You are defined by what you chose to do about it. You chose to heal. You chose to rise. You chose to become something magnificent. I see you sitting there, maybe with your arm crossed, maybe skeptical, maybe thinking this is just hype. They don't know what I've been thought through. And you're right. I don't know every detail. I don't know the names, the faces, the particular betrayals, but I know the feeling. I know the texture of it. I know the color of that kind of pain. It's a deep, heavy gray that seeps into the bones. And I want you to that I see the grayest thing. I see the sun eating those gray clouds and turning them rose gold. I see the light breaking through the cracks in your ribs. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's been enough? You have done your time. You have served your sentence in the prison of other people's expectations. You have paid for sins that were never yours. Now it's time for a new contract. Now it's time to rewrite the terms. The terms are going to be dictated by your heart. The lion heart. The enormous one that the world is terrified of. The world is terrified of a heart that cannot be broken. A heart that can be bruised, cut and torn, but always heals itself. That is who you are. You are the healer. But before you can heal others, you must let the healing touch you. You must let go of the old wounds that you are still holding on to, like badges of honor. Let them go. Let them dissolve. You don't need the evidence of your abuse to prove you are strong. You are strong just because you exist. That's the baseline. This moment you're in right now, listening to these words. This is the pivot point. This is where the gears shift. This is where the road carves and you cannot see the wreckage in your re-review mirror anymore, because you are not looking back. You are looking forward. You are looking at the open road. You are looking at the freedom you have been craving. I'm telling you, that injustice, The injustice you experienced where you were treated like you were nothing was a mirror. It was held up so you could see what you were not. You are not nothing. You are everything. You are the axis. You are the ground we walk on. You are the light in the corner of the eye. You are the feeling of safety in a room full of strangers. People are going to flock to you, not because you are perfect, but because you are real, because you've bled, because you've cried, because you have been lost and found again. They are going to trust you, because they know you have been through the fire, and you didn't burn up. You just became more radiant. I want you to breathe that in. Take a deep breath right now into that heart to yours of yours. Let the air fill up the empty spaces where the pain used to live. Let the air push out the shame. Let the air expand your rib cage and allow your chest to expand. You're allowed to take up space. You're allowed to breathe loudly. You're allowed to exist without apologizing. And here is the final piece of the puzzle that has been missing. You have been thinking that the diamond is the final stage. But what happens to a diamond? It gets set. It gets mounted into something that is worn close to the chest. It gets held. It gets cherished. You're about to be sad. You're about to be mounted into a life that protects you, that showcases you, that holds you close. The loneliness is ending. The solitary struggle is dissolving. You're about to be surrounded. You're about to be seen. You're about to be celebrated by those who matter. The ones who are supposed to be in your story, on your side, are already on their way. They are the setting for diamond. They are the silver and gold that will frame you and make you even more beautiful. You are not a lone wolf. You are a lion, and lions belong in a pride, and your pride is gathering. Your community is forming. The universe is pulling the fabric of the life around you to make a blanket instead of a straight jacket. I know it feels like you have been fighting this battle in a vacuum, completely alone, but I'm here to tell you that vacuum is collapsing. The void is filling up. The people who are supposed to be with you are on their way. They are coming to hold your hand, to carry your burden, to fight alongside you. You're not going to be alone for much longer. The universe is redeploying your support system. The cavalry is coming. So when I say my heart is breaking, it's not breaking from a sorrow of your past. It's breaking because I can see the pressure of the moment you are in right now. The moment of transformation. The caterpillar doesn't just change into a butterfly. It as a licorice first. It becomes a soul. It loses all structure. It has to trust that the chaos will lead to wings. And you are in that soap right now. You are in the stage of chaos. But look at what's happening inside you. New cells are forming. New patterns are emerging. New possibilities are taking shape. You are becoming a creature of the sky. You have an enormous lion heart. Because only a lion can have a heart big enough to feel the injustice of the world and not go insane from it. You have held hope for people who gave up. You've held faith, sure faith, for people who lost it. You've held the line even when the line was wavering. And that, my friend, is the definition of a leader. That is the soul of a warrior. And the war is almost over. The battle is done. You've won. You're a wirer. The spoils are yours. The victory is yours. All you have to do is accept the surrender. All you have to do is stop fighting the ghosts of yesterday and start building the home of tomorrow. Life threw everything but the kitchen sink at you. And yet here you are, still standing. And that is not just coincidence. That is not just luck. That is proof of your incredible, unstoppable strength. You have been tested by fire, by water, by earth, by air. You have been tested by every element of life. And you have passed every single test. You are not just surviving. You are thriving. You are not just enduring. You are conquering. Your path hasn't been easy, but your spirit is literally bulletproof at this point. There is nothing that can hurt you the way you've been hurt before. There is nothing that can break you the way you've been broken before. You have been through the worst, and you have emerged on the other side. You are immune to the tricks of the enemy. You are untouchable. It's okay to let that lion heart roar in private. You don't have to be the strong one for just a moment. You have been the strong one for so long. You have been the rock. You have been the fortress. But even fortresses need maintenance. Even rocks get weathered. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to let your guard down. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to let someone else be strong for a while. Let's call it what it is. What they did to you was wrong, and you deserve so much better. And I'm not here to make excuse for the people who hurt you. I'm not here to tell you to just get over it. I'm here to validate your pain. I'm here to tell you that it was unfair, it was injustice, it was wrong, and you had every right to feel the way you felt. You had every right to be angry, sad, confused, and heartbroken. You are not being dramatic. You were never being sensitive. You were being human. You are the definition of resilience in the world that often forgets to be kind. You have shown the world what it means to be strong. You have shown the world what it means to never give up. You have shown the world that even when you are knocked down, you get back up. Even when you are beaten, you keep fighting. Even when you are broken, you keep loving. That is the spirit of true chosen one. That is the spirit of humanity. That is the spirit of companions or champions. You are not just a survivor. You are an architect of your own healing. You didn't just escape the fire. You built a new house from the ashes. You didn't just survive the storm. You built a new ship to sail the seas. You are the author of your own story. You are the painter of your own canvas. You are the sculptor of your own destiny. You are the diamond. You are the diamond. You are a lion. You are a force of nature. And for the first time in a long time, you don't have to be strong for anyone else. You just have to be enough for you. And believe me, you're enough. You're more than enough. You're so much that the scale of the universe cannot measure you. So go ahead. Go ahead. Lay down the armor. Take off the mask. Let the tears fall if they need to let the laughter come if it's bubbling up. There is no one here to judge you. There is only the gentle hand of the universe holding your face, weeping your tears and whispering, "I see you. I always saw you and I never left you. I'm rooting for you because hearts like yours are what keeps this world from going dark. In a world that often feels cold, cruel, and indifferent, your heart is a lighthouse. It guides the lost, the lost home. It comforts the weary. It gives hope to the hopeless. You are a beacon of light in a sea of darkness. And that is why you're so important. That is why I'm here tonight. That is why the universe is aligning for you, because the world needs your light. The world needs your love. The world needs your magnificent, enormous, lying heart. That is the truth that settles the dust. That is the truth that calms the storm. You are held, you are known, and you are loved beyond measure. Don't ever forget that, even for a second, because that is the truth.